All right, Mikaela Pedersen, Stinger figure 8 driver of the number 57 car. How is the track conditions today in a cooler afternoon?
It's actually, this is the conditions I prefer. It's not too hot and it's not raining, so it's actually, the track feels really great. It's a little slick, but not too bad.
And how did you get into racing?
I actually have been coming to the racetrack since I was a baby. This is where my mom and dad actually met back in the day, and I've just kind of always hung out with the figure 8 crowd. So, yeah.
And who do you want to thank for getting your car to the track today?
Big, huge shout out to my dad. He busts his butt on not only my car, but Ricky's, who you guys talked to as well. He's the crew chief for that car, and he just does so much for every car and anyone that he can help. And my fiance, Gunderson Speed Shop, and Jamie Corbett.
All right. Thank you so much, Mikaela. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, good job, Brandy. Thank you so much. And coming up next will be our Stinger 8, our Buzz-In Steakhouse Stinger 8. I might add, this brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good with black cherry, lemon lime, strawberry, and mango. Refreshing. Bud Light Seltzer has less than 2 carbs. We only have 1 carb coming up in these cars that are on the track right now, and that is our Stinger 8 division, brought to you by Buzz-In Steakhouse. In the 007 is Jim Powers, and car number 4 is Ron Powers. The 78 car will be Michael Duncan. In the 42K, Tayden Ireland, brought to you by Instant Auto Body. Gary Reardon in the 2, brought to you by Finish Line Drafting and Design with an in-car camera. And Andrew Reinders in the number 40 car, thanks to his mom and dad.
Inside of row 4, it'll be the 07 car of Zach Bristol. Outside of Zach will be Mikaela Pedersen. She's sponsored by Paul Peterson, happens to be Darrow dad. She's in the 57 car. Inside of row 5, it'll be the 04 of Jason Miller. Outside the 43 of Damon Claibourn. He also is sponsored by his father's wallet. And rounding out the field in row 6, it's the 7D Brandon Lindberg, and outside of Brandon in the 42 car, it's Robert Smith, and he's sponsored by Instant Auto Body, Honda of Seattle, and Toyota of Seattle.
All right, thank you, Tom. And here we go. We are underway, and you can see that we've got lights have taken over here on this edition of Home Track Heroes on CW11. Looks like a helmet cam as the helmet has gone around. That is in the number 2 car of Gary Reardon. And if you want to do like Gary does pretty much each and every time they come out, send your in-car footage in. Figure out what you wanted to see or what you wanted to portray. Let us know where you're at in the race with it. We'll do our best to get it on our show here on Home Track Heroes. It's Ron Powers in the number 4 car out in front, and we're going to wrap up lap number 2 right now. 7U car driven by Brandon Lindberg. That car normally driven by Dawson Cox. And good to see Brandon back out here. We talked last week about the unfortunate passing of his dad, Malcolm, and the effect it had on a lot of people, but good to see the 7D has been driven by Cody Hoops once this year with a win, and Brandon Lindberg blowing the dust off his skills. It's been a few years since that young man's been out. Good to see him.
But a really cool move by Dawson Cox.
Yes.
Dawson is the points leader going in this event. He has a small point lead, 254 over 219. Jason Miller, but obviously friendship and the loss of the Maniac meant more to him than the championship. So cool move by Dawson Cox.
Oh, very cool. Shows a lot of class on Dawson and Steve and the entire Cox family and Lindbergh family too. We're so happy that Brandon is back out here. So we'll wish him luck here in this Buzz-In Steakhouse Stinger 8 main event for 25 laps here on Home Track Heroes. And I got to tell you, talk about improved lighting this year.
It's
wow.
Very
wow.
Yeah, no
that is
kidding.
really,
and
really cool.
This is really the first time we've had a chance to really see the difference taking place. That lighting system was put in here a number of years ago. I know who was involved when they put it in, and because before in the past, the 3/8 track was lighted, but it was a little shaky. The 5/8 had no lighting on whatsoever. And I happened to be here the night they turned the lights on, and I'm thinking, wow, this isn't very bright. And I said, I'm driving down the backstretch of the 5/8, and I see a rock in turn 3, and I go,
this works.
Maybe it is better than I thought.
Yeah, this is really impressive. This will look good, and all we need now is just thousands upon thousands of people here in the grandstands, and we can't wait to have you guys back. All right, we are working lap number 9. You see Damon Claibourn in the 43 car in the lead. Jason Miller, who led the early part of our Stinger 8 main event. Andrew Reinders. Look at Brandon Lindberg carving his way through the field. That young man hasn't lost a step. You see him right now going into turn number 3 as he cuts under a car, and that should be the 40 car of Andy Reinders. So he gets underneath, and now it will put. Looks like it should have put Brandon up into the 3rd spot, but we'll see how it is when the scoring gets recycled. Another great shot as we see a car hit sideways there right before the intersection. Got that thing recovered just in time. Yep, there's Brandon Lindberg up in the spot, 3rd spot.
You know, I think if we took a vote between the two of us, this Stinger 8 division has been our favorite.
It has
We
been.
have giggled and laughed
have.
and been more entertained
Yeah.
by the Stinger 8 class this year than probably all the rest of the classes. So hats off to those drivers.
I agree. Yeah, they have really done a nice job, and I'm glad you pointed that out as we're working lap number 11, like I mentioned, 25. Make up the distance for the Buzz Inn Steakhouse Stinger 8 division. Buzz Inn has just been behind these guys since day one, and so happy to have them back on board. Oh, look at that! Holy cow! The red flag brought out immediately. That would involve the 04 car of Jason Miller and the number 78 of, the 78 of Michael Duncan. So check that out. Replay one more time. Boy, get those.
Nobody lifted. No.
Nobody
I'm going
did.
first. No, you go first.
No, that's how it's going to be. So we'll bring it back up while they get that sorted around, and thank Buzz Inn Steakhouse one more time for being a big part of this. And you know, I'm so glad you brought up that fact about how entertaining this division is, because they put on a great show. The drone shots have just been phenomenal. It'd be cool to have a drone shot replay of what we just saw between the 78 and the 04, I believe it was. But we'll save that one for another time.
You're right, and they're getting lined up. They do a little bit different in the figure 8 divisions with the leader out front and then 2x2 versus the other classes on the oval that do it 2x2 all the way through. It's just a little bit more reward for being the leader of the event before the red or yellow comes out.
All right, we are back underway on lap number 12, 11 complete. Good move by the 7D of Brandon Lindberg. Make his way up into that 2nd spot. Damon Claibourn's going to have a lot to worry about coming up here as the 7D of Lindberg makes its way across the start-finish line. There's a good shot of the 4 car of Gary Reardon. Currently in the 2 car of Gary Reardon, currently in that 2nd spot. Andrew Reinders in the 40 in spot number 4. Our friend Zach Bristol, who's been real solid all season long, in his 07 car in the 5th spot.
You know, Steve, some of the Cup guys have been gone back to those retro paint jobs.
Yeah.
And Gary Reardon has done a great job of the 28 car, the Haviland car that
Davey Ellison.
Davey, you're right. It was one of Davey's last rides, you know, and stuff, but it looks exactly like that car. How did I forget Davey Ellison's name?
He raced here at Evergreen Speedway, you know.
One of the best.
Man,
And
no
one of
kidding.
the nicest Cup drivers I've ever
heard that.
met.
Is that right?
I mean, I got to tell you, just a class guy, and he was here, and 10 days later his helicopter crashed, and that was the end of his life. So, but anyhow, just one of the best, one of the neatest guys. But Claibourn out front, 15 down, just 2 handfuls, 10 to go in this Stinger 8 main event.
Good action right here. See the number 42 car of Robert Smith getting all up in Zach Bristol's business as the top 3 are pulling away. There they are side by side. It's a coming round out of turn number 3 across the start finish line. You can see it down there right in that big thick line that goes across the 07 Bristol right there as he is looking for a way to get inside and move up. So proud of that young man. Zach's just one of the cool guys we've gotten to know for a long time.
Yes.
I don't know if he wants us to let him know how long we've been we've known Zach. Pretty cool. That Bristol family has just been such class out here at Evergreen Speedway over the years. As we keep an eye out on that number 7D car, currently in the 2nd spot, Brandon Lindberg getting all kinds of over the back end of Damon Claibourn. Damon, I'm really impressed with the run he's had so far.
Great battle right there. You know, like you say, there's Zach in that 07 car with the pink on it, sticking his nose in there as they head down into the right-hand turn. But you watch right now, Brandon Lindberg hasn't been in a race car for a while, but that cat hasn't lost anything.
No,
he has done a great job of looking both inside and outside of our current leader, the 43 car of Damon Claibourn.
All right, here they come. Look at that Bristol all over the back end of Andrew Reinders. As they continue to battle for position, we'll have 5 laps to go for a Buzzin Steakhouse. Stinger 8 main event is looking at Lindberg trying to take cut into that 1 car length lead, man. Like I just mentioned, Claibourn's really been impressive this race. He's been hanging on. We may have had a pass for position as Gary Reardon. All sorts of pressure from Robert Smith as they go into turn number 3. Smith just putting a little bit of a bumper to the back end of Gary's car. And Gary recovers it nicely. He'll hang on to that lead one more time. Great battle for third, but look at this battle for the top spot as the laps are winding down as they go through the intersection. Look at Bristol taking a look up on the outside in turn number 3. Let's see if he can make that thing stick as they come across. Can't quite do it that time, but laps are winding down. You better get it done. And get it done in a hurry as they head into 1.
Steve, this is a huge race for Claibourn. We're running down the end of the year. He currently sits number 3 in the points, but is also second in the Rookie of the Year standings behind Jason Miller. Jason not having a good night tonight, so there could be a big change there, coming up. And, the champion, that's really important, but you can only be Rookie of the Year once. Once, your first year, and those of us who've had that opportunity and done it, it's pretty darn cool. So
all right,
Claibourn going to do everything he can to hang on.
Final
keep
lap
Lindberg
coming up as Claibourn took the white flag with Brandon Lindberg right in his hip pocket. Look at Lindberg down on the inside, tried to make a move. Coming into turn number 1, let's see how it goes. Claibourn will take it down in turn number 3. Lindberg with a huge bump, and one more time he'll sneak underneath it and turn it hard, and look at this. Brandon Lindberg with the win. Congratulations. How cool is that? Damon Claibourn. And we'll come back to the Angel wins. That was very cool. I'm about ready to lose it right.
All right, Robert Smith, the 42 car, comes home in 3rd place tonight in the Stinger Figure 8. How'd you navigate that traffic out there?
It wasn't too bad. Definitely had to pick and choose where you're going to pass. It's pretty rough. Had the down in the window net early on, sent me into the back. Restart really helped out, and I just kind of made my way back up to 3rd. I was hoping I was going to get up there, but they were pretty far out there by the end of the race.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
My wife Elaine, the kids, Tayden, you're doing a great job. Honda and Toyota Seattle, Ed's Machine Shop, and Instant Auto Body.
All right, congratulations. All right, Damon Claibourn in the 43 car comes home in 2nd place tonight in the Stingers. How's that first podium feel?
It was pretty good. Led almost all the race, and it was a little disappointing there at the end. I kind of got kind of pushed out, but it's racing. It happens, I guess. A little disappointed I didn't come with the win, but that's all right. Second's pretty good too, so I'm happy with it.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank Central Welding Supply, Reardon's, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Monroe. They've been an awesome sponsor for me. Let me work on the car. I like to thank Dick Lockhart. He lets me keep the car out at his place. Tom Hibbs, he's in the 98 Hornet car. He gave me a transmission. I put it in last night because after the Hornet race last weekend, it was toasted. So, thank my dad, my wife. They've been supporting me and helping me with the car, and it's been a bit of a rough year, and this is pretty awesome to be here.
All right, thank you very much, and congratulations on your first podium.
Thank you.
All right, Brandon Lindberg comes home in 1st place tonight in Dawson Cox's car in the Stinger Figure 8. How'd you navigate through all that traffic?
Well, it's been a long day, and we just kind of try to keep our nose clean most of it and pick our way through and take holes when we got them. I tried to stick my nose in a couple times on the guy, and he shut the door on me. So last couple laps, I bumpered up a little bit, gave him a little nudge, and made the hole a little bigger and snuck in there for the win.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
I got to thank Steve, Dawson, Chrissy McKenna, the whole Cox Wheels racing team, everybody out there for helping me and loaning me the car. My father passed away last Friday, and it's been a real rough time, and they lent me the car to try to get me out here and get my mind off of things, and this win's for you, Dad.
All right, congratulations on your first place.